Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President, distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen. I am grateful for the opportunity to share our experiences in this annual discussion on the role technical cooperation can play in strengthening national structures for the protection of human rights, particularly national mechanism for implementation, reporting, and follow-up. Portugal believes that the NMIRF agenda is one of the most consequential in the human rights field. NMIRFs are practical instruments that ensure that the human rights agenda extends beyond the work done in Geneva or human rights or New York and translates into measurable policies that affect citizens' daily lives. They turn abstract obligations to respect, protect, and fulfill human rights into concrete action. Our long-standing commitment stems from Portugal's own NMIRF, established around 15 years ago. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is presides the executive secretariat to this mechanism, and in this capacity that I speak to you here today. Since the establishment of our National Human Rights Committee, we have made significant progress. One, on improving coordination and reporting. We streamlined procedures, improved the information flow between different ministries, and eliminated our reporting backlog. Number two, through the structured engagement with civil society and inclusive institutional involvement. Our mechanism maintains a structured and regular dialogue with NGOs. Furthermore, the Parliament, the Public Prosecutor's Office, and the Ombudsperson, our national human rights institution, serve as permanent observers, playing key oversight roles in policy design and implementation. We are engaging with representatives of local authorities so they can become members as well. The active participation of our NHRI in the work of our interministerial mechanism is an example of how the articulation of the two entities can contribute to a well-functioning human rights ecosystem without compromising the independence of the first. We have a flexible, versatile working structure. The committee's composition adapts to the issues under discussion, allowing for frequent focused meetings. For example, we have specific working groups on subjects such as business and human rights, or to develop sets of human rights indicators. But most importantly, our NMIRF helped to build ownership and mainstream human rights across the public administration. The engagement with human rights mechanisms and the implementation of their outcomes is no longer perceived as an external obligation, but as a shared responsibility across government. The national mechanism has led to tangible human rights advancements, the most recent being the legislative reform that increased the minimum legal age for marriage from 16 to 18 years, eliminating all exceptions. We have also faced challenges along the way, one of them being managing a vast amount of information without proper digital tracking system. Like many other countries, we currently handle more than 600 recommendations from several UN mechanisms alongside regional human rights recommendations and national plans. Thanks to robust support from the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, we are now in the process of adhering to the National Recommendations Tracking Database. Having in a single national database all human rights recommendations and commitments will allow clustering and assignment of recommendations, designation of responsible entities, and scheduling of actions. Will enable ministries and other actors to provide continuous updates, facilitate tracking processes and impact measurements, as well as streamline reporting. Just last week, we submitted our report to the Committee on Enforced Disappearances, the first report entirely coordinated through the platform. Observers have been given access to the platform as well, enhancing transparency and scrutiny. We anticipate rolling out the full implementation soon. The introduction of digital tools is one example of how NMIRFs, regardless of the country and the national circumstances, can benefit from technical support, enabling more consistent coordination, long-term monitoring, and more effective public interventions. When it comes to NMIRFs, there is no one-size-fits-all. They can take a variety of forms and operate in different ways. However, we find it very useful to learn from one another and exchange best practices on how to overcome common difficulties. We have been doing so through bilateral consultations with a variety of different countries. Last year we had a visit to Lisbon of an interministerial delegation from Guinea-Bissau for exchanges with our NHRI and our NMIRF, with the support from the office of the OHCHR in Bissau. These exchanges proved useful for both sides. We do it also through different structures and networks, namely the group of friends of NMIRFs here in Geneva that Portugal is proud to share expertise, good practices, and lessons learned. The network of human rights focal points for Portuguese-speaking countries, which was established in 2023 and will soon adopt an action plan to guide the networks of activities over the next 5 years, with a core objective of promoting the creation and enhancement of NMIRFs. And also the international network of NMIRFs, where Portugal, together with Morocco and Paraguay, integrates the executive committee. The next international seminar will be held in Lisbon, where we hope to approve the first plan to guide our work. We welcome further member states to join the network. We appreciate and further encourage the support from the OHCHR and UN system to continue strengthening NMIRFs through capacity building initiatives, the creation of digital platforms, and facilitating peer-to-peer exchanges. We also look forward to the repository of good practices currently being developed by the High Commissioner's Office. We hope that the current liquidity crisis is not an impediment to these actions, as technical assistance has the potential to significantly enhance the efficiency of NMIRFs, leading to tangible improvements in human rights protection. Like other fellow panelists have said, in an era that is marked by increased polarization in multilateral fora, NMRFs stand as critical instruments, ensuring that human rights commitments are translated into actionable, inclusive, and accountable national policies, thereby reaffirming the universality and indivisibility of human rights. Thank you very much.